No offense to the Cavaliers at this point, because I'm enjoying watching them more than I have in a very long time. I'm ready for the playoffs now.
So we all are.
Your fascination with the regular season has ended?
I'm done. I lasted longer. Like, I'm not going to lie. I got a little St. John's Villanova tonight. I'm not that interested in Cavs Toronto Raptors.
You can go third on this topic, Jason. Actually, Dustin, let's start with you, Dustin. The Cavs are 43-10. Today is the final game of the proverbial first half of the season because the All-Star break is coming up. In your opinion, what has been the most surprising part of the Cavaliers up to this point?
The bookmakers haven't caught on that they're good. I mean, they cover the spread every night, and they score a ton of points. I'm joking with the gambling talk, but I mean, like they literally are playing the most fun style of basketball that you could ask for as a fan. I mean, they every night it's up and down the court. They play really good defense. They're not lazy. They are selfless. They score a ton of points. They shoot threes. They can fast break, and they can do all kinds of things that the great teams can do. They're dominant, man. And I don't know. Proud to be a fan of the Cavs because you know what you're going to get every night. They don't let us down. They rarely let us down.
What's their record against the spread now? Do you have it?
I'll look that up. But, Jason, what to you has been the most surprising part of this 43-10 start?
I actually struggled with this because, like, the knee-jerk easy answer is Evan Mobleys' emergence.
34 and 19 against the spread.
Against the spread.
Is that the best in the league? It is not.
What's the best in the league?
It's just behind Memphis. They're 35 and 18.
Oh, there you go.
It's been hard to cap.
Mobley is the easy answer here, and it probably is the right answer. But the reason I struggle with it is Mike and I sat here and took bullets all last year saying it's in there, it's in there, it's in there, it's in there. So while it's a surprise, it's kind of not because we thought it was in there all along. It just had to come out. You could say Darius, but Darius was an all-star before, and he's just sort of returning to the level that he played at previously. So it's really, I guess, for me, the best way to answer this is it is best case scenarios for everybody coming together. And Kenny Atkinson learned a lot, I think, in his time at Golden State. I was talking to some people with the Warriors that I almost want to go out and talk to Steve Kerr about being like this coach whisperer and the way that guys come in and get on his staff and see the Warriors culture and the Warriors way and Steve's way of doing it, and they leave completely changed coaches. Mike Brown left a completely different coach when he left Golden State than when he entered. I think Kenny has changed from when he entered to when he left. So, you know, it's the best of Kenny, it's the best of Evan, it's the best of Darius, it's the best of the core four fitting together. So it really, I don't know that it's one thing that's been the biggest surprise. It's everyone meeting expectations and everyone meeting potential and exceeding expectations all blended together into one pot. And I don't know if I'm explaining it properly or not, but it's really hard for me to point to one thing and say that's the one thing that did it, because I just think a lot of things hit. I mean, Ty Jerome really is the most surprising, if we're being honest, his emergence.
I mean, Jason, you gave a whole answer, and then you steal my answer with your afterthought.
I just talked myself.
You've got to be kidding
I just talked all the way
That's
around
the right
until
answer,
I got.
by the way.
Of course it's Ty Jerome.
But Ty Jerome's not the reason that they are where they are.
That wasn't the question, though.
The question is just simply what's the most surprising part of the
Ty
season
Jerome
thus far?
missed an entire season with
a sprained
having
ankle.
the flu. I don't know what he had. A sprained ankle. He missed a whole season. This guy, nobody heard of this guy besides nudniks like you and Mike.
Now we're nudniks because we got Evan Mobley right. Now we're nudniks.
This guy, I mean, he's had a really.
You know what a nudnik is?
I have no idea. Dope.
It's a bull exclusive.
It's not really a dope. It's just like a pain in the butt.
He's saying you're like a clown.
It's like an
You're
Italian
dope.
thing, isn't it?
Whatever, right?
Not a clown, but
I feel like Alessi's family has
Dullard?
used nudnik. Is it an Italian thing?
No, it's a Jewish thing.
Well,
but
Dullard.
in New
You
York,
said that too.
New York, New Jersey, Jews and Italians are the same thing. That's another story for another day. But it's Ty Jerome. This guy, who knew he was even going to play?
Yeah.
This guy's their best bench player by far. And when he's had a chance to start and play significant minutes, he's played at an extremely high level. You'll see other guys who make a name for themselves coming off the bench for a few minutes, and then they get a chance to play, and they don't do anything. Every time this guy's gotten significant minutes, he's had a good game.
When he plays 20 or more minutes this season,
Yeah.
so if you just looked at those games, he's averaging 19, 5, and 4.5.
It's crazy.
I mean, those
totally
are
crazy.
all-star caliber numbers.
It's totally crazy. I said the other day,
Yeah.
his PER is basically the same as Donovan's.
Which is wild.
Donovan's making $35 million and Ty
Explain
Jerome's making
PER
2.5.
for the fans.
It's WAR, player efficiency rating.
So it's
Yeah.
WAR. The
Yeah.
baseball,
It's
it's the
baseball's
basketball
WAR.
equivalent of WAR.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
most people don't understand either. So
It's basically John Hollinger, who now works for us,
yeah,
came up with it when he was at ESPN. Then he went
Yeah.
to work for the Grizzlies, and now he's at the Athletic. John developed it. It's basically the totality of your play. And
Yeah.
to this point, I mean, I still think it's the best stat out there that encompasses everything. Maybe there's something better. Maybe Mike knows it's something else.
is
but
it equates? It factors in everything: passing, defense.
Yeah,
everything. Do they have a PER per minute, or is it just a flat?
I think it takes
total
that
number.
into consideration, if we're being honest. But every year, and I'm with Jason for the most part,
Yeah.
the top 3 guys in PER this year, Jokic, SGA, Giannis. Last year, top 3 guys in PER, Embiid, Jokic, Giannis, SGA, Luka, Anthony Davis, LeBron, Brunson, Halliburton, Porzingis was a top 10.
Mike went from 3 to 10 there.
VORP is another good one. I can't remember what VORP stands for. VORP,
Where is Ty Jerome?
value over replacement. That was
This
easy
season?
enough.
Yeah.
Let me find him. Hold on.
His PER is like 27-ish.
His PER this season is 31st in the NBA,
31st.
just below Donovan Mitchell, above. He's higher than Devin Booker and Steph Curry and Cade Cunningham, and Kyrie Irving and Halliburton and Anthony Edwards.
He's making $2.5 million.
I mean, come on.
Bull had the right answer. Bull.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it because if you didn't, I was gonna hop in.
Yeah.
Hey, I said it. It just took me a
No.
minute to get there.
You said it after a 4-minute rant that was too long to even cut into a social clip. As oh yeah, you know what? I just talked for way too long and was wrong.
Yeah.
Ty Jerome, outside of rookie contracts, is the most valuable player in basketball this season. He's making essentially league minimum, $2.56 million.
Yeah.
Playing at a 6 Man of the Year caliber. He's playing so well, the Cavs felt comfortable moving on from Karis LeVert because part of losing Karis means more opportunities for Ty Jerome to do stuff like this. And I have patented this stat. I've made my own stat, Bull.
I like it.
It's called League Pass Moments,
Ooh.
where a player is doing something so absurd that if I text you and just say, Ty Jerome, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, now, it's stop what you're doing, you turn the game on.
Right.
According to my unofficial stat tracking system, which I have been keeping this system,
Yeah.
Ty Jerome leads the Cavs in League Pass minutes this season with 4. His 33-point game against the Sixers, he hit 6 threes in the second quarter against New Orleans. It made G. Bush almost pass out in the middle chair the day after. Mm-hmm. He had 26 against Toronto. Those are the highlights you were just seeing. He had 24 against Charlotte in the light blue city uniforms. And against Golden State, where he went on an 11-0 run by himself. Mm-hmm. If you had told me Ty Jerome would arguably be the most valuable player in basketball this season based on his contract, I would have laughed you out of the gym.
Yeah, so he's the most valuable player per dollar, not including rookie contracts.
That's not even close.
Because Wemby would be if
I would have said that to you in the beginning of the year, you would have called me an idiot.
Yeah.
I'll call you an idiot anyway, Bull. You're an idiot. But you're right in this instance.
Yeah.
It's absurd. No,
it's incredible.
He's been everything you could ask for.
Phenomenal.
And now he's got his best friend with him. Like, I think there's even more. I should be careful when I say this. Do you think there's more to Jason? Is there more to Ty Jerome than what we've seen? Or is this.
I think take what you. Be pretty content with what you got.
You just gave stats to the games he played 20 more minutes that are all-star level. How much better can he be?
I mean, are you. I think they should. They're going to try and re-sign him. I don't know if they're going to. They're going to try really hard to re-sign him.
Yeah.
But can you expect this out of him again next year? I don't know that you can expect it.
That's fair.
I mean, just let him keep proving us wrong.
I guess.
Yeah.
Because, I thought he turned into a pumpkin a month or two ago.
Right.
Maybe 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, you talked about it, Jason, with Daly. Was it you that talked about Daly? I thought it was.
Yeah.
And, he could go, if he goes somewhere else to a bad team and they pay him, whatever.
Milwaukee.
Well, it did happen.
What?
When he left, I mean, he kind
Delhi.
of became irrelevant.
Yeah, he went
Didn't
to
it was irrelevant.
Yeah.
He became irrelevant, not being on a
I
championship
mean,
caliber team.
I get it. If you're Ty Jerome, he hasn't made a lot of money, comparatively.
and that's why
he
Delhi
wants
left.
to get the money.
That's why
but
Delhi left. You got to take the money.
I don't know, man.
You got to take the money.
If
this is his one
but if you
shot.
were him and the Cavs offered you, what would the Cavs offer him?
They can. I was just talking
Jason
to our cap
mentioned
guy.
in the article, yeah.
I was
So-
just talking to our cap guy
Yeah.
about that. The most they can offer him is like 10 and a half, 11 and a half, 10 and a half a year.
I thought it was about 12 with the early bird.
All right, well, let's say 12.
All right,
And
say
maybe-
12.
What do you
Maybe
say
think?
12.
What do you think
Say
some
12.
team would offer him in free agency? A lot more than that?
No.
Yes. I mean, I think so. No,
But it also comes down to years. And Mike actually mentioned this to me
Yeah.
yesterday. It was a great point. Do you really want to extend Ty past the win? We just talked about their window is the next 3 Junes. So this year and 2 more years after. All of their guys are like this year and 2 more years. Do you want to go 4 years on
Why not?
Ty Jerome?
It's goodwill.
The best, I think, and
Yeah.
I was talking to our cap guy about this.
Yeah.
I think their best offer for him is probably 2 for 24, something like that.
So what? Else is going to offer him a 4-year deal?
There are teams that can offer him more per year.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they will, but teams that are not taxpayers that have their full mid-level exception can offer him more.
Here's just what I don't understand about players sometimes.
Now, could he go be a starter somewhere?
Yeah.
If that's what happened with Delly. Delly
Yeah.
went to Milwaukee and became their starting point guard.
It seems like not always, but players always take every last dollar. And
Yeah,
ma-
because
he's
they've got-
never had $1.
Right.
No, wait a second. Let's not get carried away. He's making $2.5 million. That's
Adam.
better than 99% of people.
After
I get
taxes.
it. I get it. I get
Guys,
it.
to,
I get
average people, man.
You're right. You're right.
The guy's making pennies on the dollar.
You're
compared
right.
to these
In
other
his
guys.
case,
have
you're
Made
right.
$16 million.
In his case, you're right. But when you look, all right, let's look at a different
He's
example
made
for my point.
$16 million in his NBA career?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
According to Spotrac,
Okay,
There's
so
no way he's made $16 million.
he had $2 million in 22. He made. He signed a 4-year. He was a first-round pick, so yeah, 4-year, $12 million.
All right, I was
all
wrong.
right. So all I'm saying is, and again,
always
if
right.
I were a professional athlete, I might feel differently.
Yeah.
And there are very few, but some athletes that take less money. I would think if somebody's offering me $12 million a year and somebody else is offering me $14 million a year, and I love the place I'm at, that I would rather, like, for his life, making $12 million a year or $14 million a year is a non-factor.
But
It's a non-factor. There's no difference
is there a
in
difference
his life.
Is there a difference in $56 million and $24 million?
Not really.
Yes,
No.
there is. Stop.
Yeah, there is.
Yes, there is.
Yeah,
Stop,
there is.
dude.
You guys,
Yeah, there
you're
is.
not understand.
I
Come
hear
on,
what
you
you're
know what
saying.
I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying.
If you make $24 million
Yep. Which is really 12
versus
after taxes.
$56 million,
Which is less than 12.
your life is unchanged based on those two.
But if
I disagree.
if you're trying to,
As long as you're smart with your money,
I hear what you're saying,
Yeah.
and
and I'm not, this is not to say every player should take less money. I'm just saying, I wonder if I were in that situation and I were comfortable, and maybe Ty Jerome's not a great example. Maybe it's better with somebody that's made money like LeBron or Juan. Like if you're Juan Soto,
That's a better example.
right? Like
That's a better example.
If I'm going to make $400 million from one team and
Yeah.
$450 with the other, but this other team, I'm happy, I love it. Like, what's the difference
Correct.
at that point?
Yeah,
It's
I'm-
so much money.
no, I'm with you. I'm with
That's
you on
just
that
crazy
example.
that guys don't think that guys ignore stuff like
By
that.
the way, before we get to super chats, as we're talking about money here, Steve Becker was like, maybe we should do 3 hours of show because
yeah, and what did I respond?
for a 50% raise.
Yeah,
So you're trying to get every dollar. So don't hate on Ty Jerome trying to get every dollar.
that is completely ridiculous. I don't make life-changing money. I make a very good living. I'm not complaining, but I don't make.
Sounds like you're complaining.
I don't make FU money to the world.
Sounds like you're still
Compared
upset
to a lot
that
of people,
one
you
lady
do.
didn't recognize
What's
you.
that?
Compared to a lot of people.
Yes, trust me, I'm not complaining. I make a
Kinda
good living.
right.
I
Sounds
make
like
more
it.
money than most people. I get it. I understand that. But
right. Just pull it out and measure it right here. Jeez.
if
Building a new house.
Dustin, we're not going to give specifics, but some before the show, you and I were specifically talking about if such and such, if you and I got offered a certain amount of money, which is more than we make, we wouldn't do it. Why? Happiness.
Right. But, I mean, is he going to be that much more unhappy doing the exact same thing just at a
No, I
different
don't
city
know.
for a couple of
I'm
years?
more talking in general than specifically about Ty Jerome. It surprises me that the players are so obsessed with making every last dollar. It seems weird. But to be fair, if
a
I were a
status
player,
thing,
I might
too.
feel differently.
It's a status
it is
thing.
a status thing. It's an
That
ego.
seems
it's
so
an,
stupid
It's
to
an
me.
ego thing.
That you'd rather have your ego stroked more than then be happy.
Why do
where
you think
are.
that these contracts are? This one is $1 million more than
Oh,
that
yeah.
one because this one is now the highest
Right,
paid.
right, right.
It happens all the time.